Hello everyone, welcome back to Engineering Mechanics. I am RAKESH VALASA, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering. In lecture 2 we discussed about laws of mechanics. In that we discussed about Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law, Newton's law of gravitation, law of transmissibility of forces, and also discussed about parallelogram law of forces. In this lecture 3 video, I am going to deliver the lecture on system of forces. This is a very important topic in engineering mechanics. The system of forces are classified into coplanar forces, collinear forces, concurrent forces, coplanar concurrent forces, coplanar non-concurrent forces, non-coplanar concurrent forces. The last one is non-coplanar non-concurrent forces. Let us brief discussion about these 7 types of forces. Let us see the first one, coplanar forces. Just you can see the word coplanar means same plane. The forces acting on the same plane. The forces whose lines of action lie on the same plane. The type of forces are called coplanar forces. You can see this image. Here the forces F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. These 5 forces acting on the same plane. That's why this type of forces are called coplanar forces. Here the forces may be these forces are parallel and same direction. Otherwise, the few forces are one direction and few forces are other direction. That is also indicates coplanar forces. Let us see the classification of coplanar forces. These coplanar forces are classified into collinear forces, concurrent forces, parallel forces, non-parallel forces. Collinear forces means the forces are in same direction or opposite direction but in the same line of action. One force act this direction or other force acting this direction. So both forces F1, F2, both forces are in same direction or opposite direction but same line of action. The second one is concurrent forces. That means the forces, let us take number of forces passing through the one point. That is called concurrent forces. For example, this F1, F2, F3. Or you can take a few more forces, but these forces meet at one point or passing through the one point. That is called concurrent forces. The third one is parallel forces. That means you can take F1, F2, F3. These forces are parallel. F2, this is the F1. These forces are parallel to each other. These type of forces are called parallel forces. The second one is non-parallel forces. You can take this one direction, you can take this direction, you can take this direction. But here the forces are not parallel. But these type of forces are in same plane. The type of forces are called coplanar forces systems. See here, first one, collinear forces. You can see this example already discussed in the previous slide. Here the two forces P1, P2. These two forces passing through the point O, but in same line of action. The type of forces are called collinear forces. The forces whose line of action lie on the same line are known as collinear forces. They can act in the same or opposite direction. These two forces, for example, this is the F1 forces, this direction, you can take F2 force in the same direction, are in opposite direction. This is the example for opposite direction. P1, P2 are in opposite direction, but their lines of action are always aligned. Please note down this point, very important. These forces may same or opposite direction, but their lines of action should be always aligned. Let us see the example for collinear forces. Forces on a rope in tug of war. You can see this one. Forces on a rope in tug of war. This is the best example for collinear forces. Second one is a person pushing a box along a straight track. This is the second example. This is the first example for the collinear forces. The third one is concurrent forces. The forces which meet at one point. This is a very, very important point. The forces which meet at one point are known as concurrent forces. The concurrent forces may or may not be collinear. Examples: a tug of war where multiple people, in the previous one only two peoples. Here a tug of war where multiple people are pulling on the same rope, or a suspended load being held up by multiple cables. You can see here the F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. These are the forces passing or meet at one point O. That is called concurrent forces. Here the F3, F5 are same line of action, same line. So these forces may be collinear. Here F3 and F5 are collinear. Remaining all forces are non-collinear forces. Fourth one, coplanar concurrent forces. We know that concurrent means the forces, number of forces passing through the one point. Coplanar means same plane. The forces which meet at one point and their lines of action also lie on the same plane are known as coplanar concurrent forces. You can see this example. Here the forces F1, this is the F2, F3, this is the F4, this is the F5. These forces are passing through the one point or meet at one point. But these forces are in same plane. That type of forces are called coplanar concurrent forces. The next one is coplanar non-concurrent forces. Coplanar, you know that same plane. Non-concurrent means the forces, number of forces are not passing through the one point. That type of forces are called non-concurrent forces. The forces which do not meet at one point, but their lines of action lie on the same plane, are known as coplanar non-concurrent forces. You can see this example. Here the forces F1, this is the F2, this is the F3, this is the F4. These all four forces not passing through the single point, but this force is acting on same plane. So these type of forces are called coplanar non-concurrent forces. The next one is non-coplanar concurrent forces. Non-coplanar means different planes and forces are passing through the one point. The forces which meet at one point, but their lines of action do not lie on the same plane. Maybe xy plane, yz plane or zx plane. Here the planes are xy or yz or zx. Not same plane, are known as non-coplanar concurrent forces. Let us see this example. Let us take this is the x, this is the y and z. Here the P1, P2, P3, these three types of forces passing through the point O. But these forces are acting on the different planes, xy plane, yz plane and zx plane. So these types of forces are called non-coplanar concurrent forces. Here the forces are passing through the only one point, but acting on different planes. The last one is non-coplanar non-concurrent forces. Non-coplanar means different planes the forces are not passing through the single point. So the types of forces are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent forces. The forces which do not meet at one point, and their lines of action do not lie on the same plane. The types of forces are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent forces. Here I am showing two different examples. See here. Here the forces F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. These forces are parallel, but these forces are not passing through the single point, are in are not coplanar. These are non-coplanar. These forces are passing through the different planes like x, y, y, z, z, x, and not passing through the single point. But the forces are parallel. So these types of forces are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent parallel forces. You can see the one more example. Here also six forces are F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. These forces are not passing through the single point, and these forces are not in the same plane. Here the forces are not parallel. So this type of forces are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent, non-parallel force. You can see, let us take x, y, z. This is the x, y, z. Forces are, you can also draw like this. That means these forces are not in same plane. These forces are not passing through single point, non-parallel forces. So these type of forces are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent, non-parallel forces. Okay, this is the regarding system of forces in engineering mechanics. In the next video lecture, we discussed about uh, resultant of composition of two force systems. In the next video lecture, we'll derive the derivation for composition of two force system, and also explain how to solve that problems in engineering mechanics. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.